Welcome to my Friday Facebook Live. Now, today I thought I would share an experience that I've had in the last week coaching. And in a conversation I was having with a client, we were talking about a pattern that her friend had been showing. And she was saying how they were always late, but she never said anything to her because she felt bad and she didn't want to offend her. So she just put up with it. So it led on to a discussion of our secret patterns that we all have. And I shared with her a client that I worked with a couple of years ago who was always late for his appointments. Now, I could have let this go because, hey, he was paying for the time with me, so it cut down the time of his appointment. However, I'm deeply curious about how people have created the behaviors that they're running in their life, because the life we create is really created by the beliefs that we've taken on, the experiences we've had, and the meanings we've put on it. So much that was programmed into us when we were very young. Yet most of our programs become habitual, and programs and habits are run outside our conscious mind, so we're not aware of them. So we go through life, and what we do as humans is we cover up our mistakes with little lies, little reasons and excuses. So before we know it, it becomes a natural way of being. So I had a conversation with my client and I said to him this: where else in your life do you always show up a little bit late? And there was an incredible silence. You see, I had pricked this deep wound. He had never mentioned it and he laughed it off when he arrived late to his appointment. The traffic was bad or there was some reason. So as we sat there in silence, he actually opened up and said that it was something that happened in many areas of life and it just had become his thing. But deep down, he was a little bit ashamed by this pattern and he didn't realize he was doing it. So then I said this phrase to him: how you do one thing is how you do everything. And that was gold for him as he started to look at his life, his patterns through another lens. Now, as a coach, and I believe this is what makes a good coach, it's asking those hard questions. You see, like my other client I was working with who never challenged her friend on it, what we do in those circumstances is we feel bad or we feel constricted by norms in society and getting on with other people because we obviously fear rejection. However, by not calling her friend on the fact that she always showed up late, we're actually enabling the other person's poor behaviors. Now, I'm not suggesting that you point out every mistake of your friend and your family. That can be a recipe for disaster, but it's a really interesting lens to check your life and what you are putting up with yourself and other people. Then the key is, how do you approach them? Now, as a coach, obviously, I have permission from my clients. You know, although I have clients I've been working with for many years, and some really do become like my friends, they don't pay me to be their best friend. They pay me to make sure that I can help them grow and step into their power fully. So the outcome of challenging my client a few years ago is when I explained how it was a pattern that he was running that was sabotaging his results. And when we found out where it came from, and I helped him see it through another lens, plus I said, you know, how would you feel if someone was always late for you? You know, supposing they have their own beliefs around time, could it possibly be a sign of disrespect? So when we fully unpacked it and we found the source of this pattern, which started from when he was young and a child, and he could see it through a new lens, it was life transforming. Yet if I hadn't have called him on it and brought it to his attention, I would have enabled him to carry on with this poor habit and behavior, and he would never have learned and grown. So what I suggest you do, first of all, is have a look at the results you are getting in your life now. And as you look back over the past, have a look at the things that you tolerate, the little stories you tell yourself when you're perhaps consistently late, when you fail to do the things you say that you will do. You see, we're often out of congruency with what we think and what we do. And when you can find some repeated patterns and you ask yourself, where else in my life could this pattern be playing out? And you do it with curiosity and kindness and continual improvement, that can be a massive gold nugget for you to make some changes in your life. Having said that, most people can't see these patterns. Remember, they're running in the subconscious, but that is one of the roles of a great coach. And I believe that's something I do with my clients. I help them see what they can't see. I don't let them get away with their poor habits and behaviors that they've packaged around and carrying like a little wound, or they've really pushed down, because uncovering them is the key for massive transformations and new results. So I hope that was helpful. If you're ready to step up and you would like to achieve better results in your life, work with someone who can help you see those things that you can't see, because that's where the gold is, then please reach out, and I'll be sharing something in the next couple of weeks about a new small group program that I will be running to do exactly that. Have a great time, and I'd love to hear from you below. What patterns do you repeat? If you look at through the lens of how you do one thing is how you do everything. Where are you willing to have a look at what you're doing and perhaps see how you can make some changes? So let me know. And if you have any questions, please reach out. Have an awesome weekend. And I'll be back on Monday with the next Monday Mindset Wisdom, which begins with the letter R. So have an awesome weekend. And bye for now. It's Mandy from Mindset for Success. Bye.